Happy Devil's Saturday! This is the Woo Report, episode 55, titled Don't Lose to the Rangers. I'm your host, Sam Woo, streaming live on Facebook Live, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. Happy Devil's Saturday to everybody chiming in the Facebook Live group, YouTube Live, and Rocco, Mike Rossi, Alan. I see you're all chiming in. This is great. As this Let's Go Devils podcast has surpassed over 120,000 downloads early this morning. Congratulations to everybody. Let's Go Devils podcast team. Stay the fan address, Pucks and Pitchforks blog, and and the Woo Report. It's all about the Woo Report. So, did some thinking the past 36 hours after that debacle last Thursday night at the Rock. Devils coaches meeting, players meeting, full practice, and they laid a pretty bad one on all of us Ranger fans in the stands. I can't stand that. Rangers goaltender, wait, let's stick to the crowd. So the rivalry continues. But I will say this, though. I see a pattern with this Devils team in the last 6 years. Start off great. Everything looks hunky-dory, and it fizzles out. It's like, you're on a rocket ship, and bam, it's like a bear market. And then just when we're almost mathematically out of the playoffs and no hope, and we look at the draft, then suddenly it just turns back up for whatever reason. The Devils need to stop the bleeding today. Otherwise, honestly, I think this season's over. We can look forward to the NHL draft. Sure, they'll probably put on a streak together towards the end there. But hey, this is a different year. This is like a Patrick division setting that the Devils are in with competitive teams. You got to beat the Rangers today. It can't happen on Ranger Hate Week in April. It has to happen today. And, the Devils, without Nico Hischier, need to find a way. Chico Resch pointed out we don't have any snipers. And he's right. Down the middle, we're great. Except for down the middle, we can't win faceoffs. Although, hopefully, that's starting to change. But you have to beat the Rangers today. 1 p.m. Eastern start. Scotty and I will be live for Devils postgame afterwards. So the Devils, look, he's going to go, Lindy Ruff is going to go with Mackenzie Blackwood tomorrow. Could he go back-to-back against the Bruins on Sunday? So it is a good possibility that Blackwood could play back-to-back. But we shall see. Now, why is Mikey McLeod on the taxi squad? I said this yesterday on the Woo Report. Yeah, like he was really the problem. Trust me, the Devils have all sorts of problems. What I hope to see today, I don't want to see any more flea flicker type power play, plays going into the zone where the defenseman would just start coast to coast and then turns around and passes the player behind. I just hate that. I really do. Alan, what are you doing up so early in California? Shouldn't you be in bed? I know Scotty is. Omar, happy Devil's Saturday to you, Omar. I believe you're in Montreal. Thank you, Omar. Omar Ba. Stay out of sin bin and stop with the excessive turnovers. Oh, absolutely. Hey, you know how you can prevent turnovers? This is how you do it. Instead of being so fancy with the puck, especially in the neutral zone, how about you just dump and change? Get some fresh legs out there. Let's get back to basics. I don't think this team is good enough or have the personnel to be doing all this complex stuff. Like, let's simplify the game. That's what I say. We need to start turning this around today, says Rocco. Completely agree. Omar says our main issue is there is no finisher on our team. Rob Klabosis Jr., how are you? You're probably driving to the Rock right now. 2 hands on the wheel, eyes on the road, not on this podcast. Although we will start making this podcast available, live streaming, audio only, very soon. As we're building our live streaming audio portion of the podcast, new studio, equipment's all over the place. But we will get that done because we don't want people watching and driving at the same time. That's a big no-no. And I know some of you do listen while, on the way home from the game. And we're going to set that back up so safety comes in mind so you can listen to us post-game. And you never know if Chico Resch may stop by and give some positive reinforcements. Because it's always good to have Chico Resch, right? It's always good. So the Devils, let's put it this way. The Devils, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens today. But I'll tell you, it's already feeling like a long season, even though it's a 56-game season. You got to think that the Devils are tired. They got to play a different style. And I say that because they're making a lot of simple mistakes. And I say that because I think, in a normal season, I think Lindy Ruff's system would be fine, but the team needs a rest. They need to get things going. They need some energy because it seemed like they always fizzle out. First period, last game, they were all recharged and ready to go, and it just fizzled out. I had to wear the bag over my head, the brown bag over my head, but that's okay. But if the Devils do win today, we should rejoice, but we should be realistic about it. But it has to, this weekend, you could turn things around, but there's not much time left. There's a lot of time loss, and the Devils are just always losing, and they're losing outright. Just a victory, thank you, says Michael Hay. Yep. So, also, Erica Wachter wardrobe watch. Hey, if she wears the red leather or any kind of leather, boom, it's a victory. But she hasn't. We'll see tomorrow, or today, and tomorrow. Well, we're not at Taj Lounge today. Taj Lounge 973. We're working on a schedule, but this podcast will be traveling on the road safely soon in a town near you. But yes, accountability, says Andrew Gilbert. Yes, accountability. Let's see what happens today, folks. Well, we will be back for the Let's Go Devils podcast post-game. Scotty and I. Hopefully we'll be celebrating. I'll be dropping this podcast in about 20 minutes, where you can find our podcast all over Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Amazon Music Prime, Audible, Spotify, and all those places. Hey, it's almost like we're doing a podcast daily. 365. Oh, yeah. As we are the most commented Devils podcast in the history of New Jersey Devils podcasts. This is the Woo Report. See you at postgame. Let's go Devils.